Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, I'm going to take a little summer break for a little bit. So I decided I was going to take this particular stream that I did on Twitch just a couple days ago and drop it here on my main channel, because there's quite a bit of metal and rock on here. But there's also game OSTs and different other styles. This is what I do over there on Twitch. And it's a fun time. We have a blast. We spin a wheel of cheese. If it lands on your name, we play your song and stuff. So that's when you see the spinning wheel. But I decided I was going to drop it here. So just check the chapters below and maybe find the one band that you're interested in. Might be a really fun watch on TV if you're just doing nothing, but we're always not doing nothing. We're always doing something. I'm just saying. Anyhow, enjoy the show. You take care of yourself. I'll see you guys a little later in summer. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Geebz here. It's an avocado show here on Saturday. It is July 18th. And boy, it's been smoking hot everywhere on the East Coast, and literally smoking and hot from what I hear from my friends here in chat from the East Coast. You know, here it's the usual suspects in Hawaii. We're give or take 10 degrees, you know, but we're very lucky because everybody else is getting pretty much the people's elbow from the world of the weather system. But right now, you and I and everybody here are going to weather the suggestions from our Kados here, of which I'm very grateful to have every time I turn on my system. There are my usual suspects that show up all the time. I want to thank you guys like usual. Also want to thank mods that are hanging out in the background. Sometimes they're kind of hard to come by, but they do kind of protect me and keep an eye on me, so I want to thank all of you guys for that. So actually what we're going to do today, I'm only going to be doing Wheel of Cheese for a good part of this. I do have Donos here that I'm going to be catching up on, but we're actually going to open up with some Wheel of Cheese. So that we can have a little bit of fun with our guests that have been hanging out and chatting, and chapping and chatting. So yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to stop this music here really quick. I'm going to bring on our Wheel of Cheese because I have a funny feel. This is not the right Wheel of Cheese with people on it. I have to refresh the list, and I'm going to put everybody on it. I know people go, I didn't see me. That's because I haven't refreshed my list yet. So. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if who's on there is on there. See if we've got thick wheel. And, oh, there we go. There's updated. Not too bad. Not too bad. And I see my usual suspects here, and I see one or two new people, too, as well. So are you guys ready for the Wheel of Cheese? Remember, the rule in the Wheel of Cheese is nothing over 7 minutes. Yes. So nothing over 7 minutes, and we're just going to have a good time. Any style of music, all good. I'm ready to go. We should be spinning. Nothing over my face. It's going to be a lovely session today. Let's go. Who's the first one here on our avocado stream? Oh, it looks like it's going to be... Wait. Oh, did you see that just creep? Hendenblur was so close, so close. Amon's in the house. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Well, you're probably doing weller now, so you are our first winner of the Wheel of Cheese today. Amon is definitely one of our longtime legacy Kados here, and always bringing in quite the cross-section of music tastes here. So we're going to listen to see what Amon wants us to listen to. A band called Blind Idiot God. The name of the song is Thunderhead. So let's see. It's Igor Stravinsky, Parliament Funkadelic, Black Flag, and Last Exit all together. Wow. All together in Something Out, and hash Something Out. It sounded a lot like the album's Blind Idiot God we're making in circa 1990. I discovered this band many, many years ago through chats with Henry Rollins over email. They're on his personal favorites, and he ended up collaborating with them after this album, Cyclotron. This request goes out to Lisa L.C. Yane for being such a cool bean and total queen. Hey, it all rhymed all the way through, but I agree with you. Cool bean and total queen. Hope the serene and gentle song sets a good chair moshing out of y'all. And mahalo as always. I like that. Hoaloha. Hoaloha. Bear in mind, this will take with no click track. This was a one take with no click track. I think it's what it says. Sorry, there was no individual blah, blah, blah. So this goes between 1308 and 1747. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so here we go. This is from Amon here, the first winner on the Wheel of Cheese. The band is Blind Idiot God. The name of the song is Thunderhead. So let's go ahead and switch it over and check out some music from Amon. Here we go. Cool. With the wailing of the guitars back there, giving me a little bit of a shoegaze, no? I mean, I'm sure that's going to change pretty fast, it sounds like, but... I like the movement of the tempo through this. What a trip. Bass player's crushing, man. That's a trip right there, man. I was listening to the bass line, it was just grinding forward there. And being there's no click track or anything, the drummer was using the bass line's tempo pattern to lock himself back in. You know, it's the bass player and the drummer that's keeping this rhythm locked in while, you know, there's the wailing, if you would, on the guitar work. You guys lost the bet. I knew where to end. I'm just saying. All right, so post rock, stoner, sludge. You know what? I'm gonna lean into because of the tone of the guitars and stuff. I think rhythmically there was the post rock stoner kind of element in there with the drums and the bass, but those guitars really kind of, for me, really sung out more with that shoegaze quality. Now, what I don't know is that the shoegaze quality of long wailing guitars with reverbs on it is also, I think, part of more of the stoner rock, not sludge. If I'm right, I think the sludge is a little more of a grittier guitar tone, like heavily oversaturated, overdriven tube amp kind of vibe to it. But the whole thing with the meter moving up and down and going back and around like that, it felt like a full digestive journey. I know that sounded like a weird way to put it, but you know what I mean? It's like you start off over here and then start here, you're marinating on it, then it goes down over here and just hurry up and get over here, and then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to do that. A little bit of okay, I could have said roller coaster instead of digestive. I don't know why food entered that equation. But without lyrics and everything, it didn't need lyrics. It didn't need everything. I just completely dug. Actually, the more I'm on, the more connective response to it is actually how they were speeding up and slowing down, and speeding up and slowing down, and you can kind of map that out. And I thought that was really cool. So I hope you're doing well, Amon, wherever you are in the planet. Also weather-wise, I hope you're keeping cool. Would it be keeping cool or keeping with fresh oxygen with smoke? Or wait, you're in San Diego? No. Yes? I forget. Somewhere. Cali. I'm not sure. Anyhow, I hope you're doing well. Okay. More wheel of cheese, please. Easy wheel. Easy wheel. Alrighty, let's renew it. Up, cheesy wheels, starting to get a little skinny. You guys ready? We spin. And it's looking like it could be Adril. Adril, how are you doing? You is doing Adril. Adril would like us to listen to, let's see, this song is the ending theme for the series Asobi, Asobase. It's a pretty innocent anime, your typical slice of life series with comedy and an adorable, heartwarming opening theme. Until the ending comes, it's the bigger contrast I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, it's the biggest contrast I've ever seen in my life. And I love it. I'm sending you a cover, which I think sounds even better than the OG. Hope you like it. Okay, this is coming from Edril. Thank you so much. The name of the anime is Asobi, Asobase. Asobi, Asobase. And the song is Inca Impulse. And this is actually a cover, according to Edril. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what this sounds like. Well, damn. God, this is bone crushing, man. This is like mellow death. Genty mellow death, is it not? I like this. They're holding the note out a little bit with a slight mute and then heavy mute right there with the chug. I like the melody there. Oh, this must be the badass breakdown. Jeez. The polar opposites, you know, they're little smaller voices behind such ginormous largeness. Sorry, I just laughed at the cat. That arpeggiation back there. Do da do do da do do da do do da. That was such a punchy, badass track there. The difference, obviously, from the voice, the vocals and stuff, and she was able to, you know, well and get in some of the darkness. It is that, you know, kind of a thing where you have these, you know, younger singers, these female singers from, you know, Japan, and they have just this incinerating voice, but it's very finite. It's very, you know, high up there in the range, so it's very Ginsu knifey. It'll like cut right through everything. But you know, I do appreciate the darkness that supports the tone like that. So I think this track works really super, super, super well the way I just heard it. Not that I would be judging it to be done any other way, but I thought it was a ball-kicking track. And now you said this was a cover, so obviously I take it whoever did the cover, who was Futakuchi Mana. Obviously, he's a guitar jet player. You know, that solo he did was pretty damn sick. But since I never heard the original one, this one's like kick ass and take no hostages for sure. You know, so it seems to have been very successful, but a little over 900,000 views in just a few years. So that was a kick ass cover. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you so much, Adril. Congratulations. I'm going to do one more wheel of cheese, and then we're going to go and catch up donos, okay? Oh, wait a second. So I want to circle back for that for a second. Adril, you say it's kind of similar. Is it still a rock track, but not as genty? So when you say that it's kind of similar, in my mind, I automatically think, okay, well, maybe it's just more of a toned down guitar and not such genty kind of kick, you know, or drum work and stuff. So, oh, it's instrumentally the same. Okay. All right. So it wasn't a big stretch. All righty. Let's do some more Wheel of Cheesy, pleasey. Wheel of cheese. All right. See what we got here. Oh, I'm so high. Shut up, guys. I can see it. Here it comes. Here comes the emotes. Here we go. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, good. You guys didn't lean too bad on the emotes. Good. Let's go. I just had to say that. And it looks like the wiener is... Hey, Pepjago. Pepjaga. Oh, Pepjaga. Pepjaga, if you're still here, come on in and say hi. I think this might be our first time having you in with the Kados. Of course, I'm old and I forget that stuff all the time too, but if you're here, how's it? So, Pepjaga wants us to listen to Overloaded Banger with Crazy Harmonic Cliches. Okay, I like that. Hey, Pepjaga, how are you? Where are you, Pepjaga? By the way, Odi homie, how's it? Okay, here we go. This is a band called, I don't know if it's, I'm just going to say it this way, 4A plus Umeboshi Chazuke, or is it Quad A plus? I'm not too sure. And the name of the track is Kate Sith. Oof, either my eyes are getting bad or something. I don't know. Let's watch this. All right. Oh, this is great. Full Mario Kart style. Is it not? That's some badass ragtime is right. Haha, this is great. Speedrun ragtime. But do you listen that behind the piano is also a mallet? So sending the MIDI signal out to another split. Black MIDI ragtime, I like that. That left-hand stride work. Do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Ugh. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of a video game. Cuphead, very Cuphead. I mean, it is sped up, but not by much. This is like arcade music to pull you. This was a crazy track. So I don't know, Kate Sith, if this is just a piece of music that was on some kind of a video game or something, because it automatically pulled, you know, me into a Mario Kart or a Crash Bandicoot kind of vibe. But so yeah, that definitely was ragtime. And ragtime is also a combo of using stride left hand work, which is, you know, I can't do it this way. Here we go. Which is doom da with your left hand. Boom, like it's usually bass chord, bass chord, bass chord, bass chord. This is going boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop boop. That's some crazy piano playing. But there was also, like I said, some really fun kind of doubling overdub that was going there with the piano, at least on the right side of it, where the upper half of the piano, which is obviously a lot more melodic, was also dubbed with a mallet. So that's what I meant, like splitting the middle, the MIDI, and sending it to, you know, it's identical notes, but just send it, you know, one channel 14, one channel 15, and, you know, splitting the tones up and stuff just to make it deeper, richer, fairly cool. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, now we're going into Dono recovery mode here, folks. Remember, no new donos. We are just going into Dono recovery mode. When I'm done with these, then I'll go back and we're going to hit some more cheese, okay? Just a little bit more cheese after that. So let's go ahead and just get going on this. Let's start with Shadow Dane. How are you, Shadow Dane? Good to have you here. If you're here for the donos, very first time you've been boosting donos, which we're not getting any new donos, but I do want to say this, nothing more than 15 minutes in your dono submissions. So just want to kind of reiterate that. So right now, While Bayone is a typical Just Electric Music. He did this live performance with an orchestra, and it's just sublime. So, right now, we are going to be listening to Bayonne, and the name of the song is Tabitha. And this is from Shadow Dane. Shadow Dane, thank you very much. Where are you, Shadow Dane? Are you here? There you are. What's going on? All right, here we go. Ooh, nice, live. It's a 7/8 with a 3/4 arpeggiation, it seems like. It's really nice. Very heady and moving. His voice reminds me a little bit of the lead singer of Supertramp. I don't know why. Yeah, same here, Senor. I was kind of like tripping in the intro, just getting into the groove. like that it's been fluid through these chord patterns. And it's just about arrangements, shifts in arrangements. Love that with the flute.
We understand it's hard to give it a try. And I hate the thought of it too.
I really like his voice. This is going in my playlist. It also has a little bit of a Seal production. I don't know why I'm there with that. You know, the singer Seal who did the Superman or the Batman. Was it Superman song? Batman thing.
You have the time to make these changes internally. And I empathize all the blue. We understand it's hard to give it a try. And I hate
Love the trem work on the strings.
of it too.
I love the 4/4 over 7/8 patterns that happen here. That's great. And how the percussionist is keeping you really straight with the shaker. Actually, the drummer and the percussionist with the hi-hat work is pretty straight. I mean, yeah, a nice warm French horn or horn section in the back would be great for support. But it's not there, so that blows. Get it? That was a joke. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a jamming track, man. This was just phenomenal. I really enjoyed the listen. For myself, I was pretty pulled into it with his voice, though. Like I said, he had that super tramp kind of somebody who kind of chimed in a little bit of a glassiness of it. But this was just a repetitive pattern that kept on pulling in and out of arrangements. But what was fun is that it established itself in being, in a 7/8, which is kind of a tempo that's not, regularly used. I mean, a lot of us we hear it, of course, here through our channel and stuff. Or the pattern, there was like interwoven little sub patterns in there that kind of carried more of a 4/4 straight number to it. And then, of course, the connection through it, obviously the vocals and his melody, and like I said, the tone of his voice. But I loved how it was just different arrangements, just flipping in and out of the journey. So that gives us a lot of times to kind of just go, oh, okay. I kind of got past and I kind of feel what's going on with the meter and with some of the work that's going on there. Now I can just sit there and just kind of enjoy. It's like, I was talking to a friend of mine about that. When it gets into tracks like this that have patterns that are recognizable, they're just repeating through and through, but they keep on just changing the layers. It's like watching somebody paint within numbers, but changing the strokes and all that. Like you already can see what's going on. You can already see the outline of it. You already know what's going to go by, but you know, there's a different stroke and a little different twist to the color in there and stuff like that. And that's why I like music like this. It gives, for myself, my own listening experience, it gives me time to just go, oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. And then that's what I did. All right, next up. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate you bringing that in here. So next up is going to be Lisa. Yay, Lisa. Hey, Geebz, I get the feeling you'll understand the in-joke of this track as a musician, arranger, composer, producer, and I've probably already said too much. Now I'm going to listen to this with leaning in ears, considering the title of the song. It's originally from 2012, and while I certainly have opinions about the new way these live visuals for the end of the track were made, the audio quality is better on this version of the track. So anyway, hope everyone enjoys. So Lisa, hi Lisa, how are you, dear? Would like us to listen to an artist, Professor Kliq. Is that right? Or Kliq or Kliq? Like Kliq, K-L-I-Q, I guess, Kliq. And the name of the song is The Vowel Song. Okay, now you got me already thinking about what it is I'm supposed to be thinking while I listen to the music and think what it is I'm supposed to be able to think about and feel and get the joke that I'm thinking is what I'm thinking. Here we go. Kliq. Okay.
A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U-Y. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U-Y. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U-Y.
I like the soft, subtle, wobbly, pseudo dubstep bottom. Five, six, seven samples? I don't know. A-E-I-O-U-Y. Five, maybe five samples. Sounds like the samples are all just, you know, the vowels. But I like the supporting arrangements. Now I'm thinking 10 separate samples now. 11. How about just a ton of samples?
That I found a bagooby, and a little bagooby made it sound like this.
Oh, I really like that little break there. But that was a ton more samples there. Yeah, this really filled it out, Senui. That was a trip, man. That was a ton of samples. But I think that was the whole play on it, wasn't it? It was just having a great time with the A-E-I-O-U as if they didn't have anything they really want to say until that little phrase that actually came in, which I thought was pretty shockadoobies. I love the structure of the track in of itself. But when you kind of put me on that journey of like trying to figure out what it is that what it is? It's like too many to actually count, Lise. You know what I mean? But I love the track, and it definitely had a lot of the sample, not the samples, the chosen modules that were being used for the analog pumping. I really dug that. And at the very end, I kind of like the fold in that actually happened. You know, it all kind of came in, it got a little more lively, a little more, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know, somebody else said it a little earlier. It's just all vowel samples. But I was, but I think that wasn't that phrase a complete sample, or was that a series of words? You know, what was it, like a paragraph or something like that? Something along those lines. But that was great. I loved the track, and I was into it. My head was into the deciphering of it, and when I thought, well, okay, this is all the vowels in. Oh, sample packs. Okay, I see what it is. So, yeah, somebody just went in on a sample pack and just said, let's do a song out of this. Let's make this happen. But I thought it was really creative. Sometimes that's really funny because there's that part of me that I think we've discussed it here before, Lisa, where sometimes we don't get into the lyrics till the third, fourth, or fifth listen of a song unless something flagrantly sticks out like in a hook. So this kind of pays to that kind of vibe of saying it didn't necessarily have any words, but it was very creative and it was very human sounding. So it kind of plays into this must be the lead or the, the melody of it, even though it was all one E-O-E-I-O-U-A, vowel kind of thing. Pretty shockadoobies. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it. It's getting windy here. I just got a wind alert. Okay. Which I know pales in comparison. There's some people out there listening right now that are under tornado alerts and smoke alerts and heat alerts, but yes, okay, let's see what we got coming up next here. Judgment Kazi, you is up. So, Judgment Kazi, last year I had the pleasure of being introduced to this band by our very own B. SP. And ever since they've had my ears and heart in a death grip. 2 days ago, they dropped a new song which signals the beginning for what will be 3 consecutive albums released in 3 consecutive years, all of which were made possible, made while constantly touring and all of which are bangers from the start to finish. So enjoy this first step on some new music from Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. So Judgment Kazi wants us to listen to Psychedelic Porn, I was going to say trumpets. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, and the name of the track is Ocarina. Do the Ocarina. No, I doubt it. That's not it. I'm just saying. Here we go. Black Death Doom, thank you so much. I really like this, but good. God, I'm really digging this. God, this is jamming track. I like the band in the chug. Down, down. Love the engineering of the vocals. Man, this is like some super cherry productions, man. Drums sound fantastic. And the vocals pull just far enough back that the distortion in the verse as a sidechain effect isn't kind of too over grindy in your head. Great turnaround on the riff phrasing. Hey Crescendo, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for the raid. How you been? Dropped into a little major fluff there. This was a great track, man. This definitely made it all the way into my playlist for damn sure. And that lean into the fact that SB actually turned you on to this. I remember that, when we first started listening to Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, I loved this track for a lot of great reasons. One of them I already mentioned with the engineering and stuff, where the vocals were pulled down just deep enough in the pocket so that that kind of over-edged. There could be a million different types of modules to give a vocal fry, kind of more of a distorted, saturated kind of tone. But the playfulness between the reverb and the delays, giving it that ambient, ethereal kind of depth to it, but pulling it down in the mix, I thought it was great. I couldn't understand the words for nothing, but the melody was still a standout, but his vocal performance, having that buzz on it, wasn't, too over the top. The riff sounded fantastic, and there were some great, great guitar tones in that. Another thing I wanted to quickly take away from that as well is the engineering on the drums was phenomenal. But I mean, this was just released 3 days ago, right? So this is, where we're at. What I love about listening to tracks that are like released in the last week, the last 10 days or something like that, it gives me kind of a vibe of where the production mindset is of engineering. You know what I mean? Because I think we've kind of capped into how much is too much before we start over-engineering anything, and now the engineering actually becomes more of a productive or a counterproductive element in producing music. Because there's a lot of this other side hack stuff, and if those guys were to sit down with just a guitar, bass, and the drums, they'd pull this off. They'd still be able to pull this off, but that's this as an old decomposer gives me that kind of like, oh, this is where they're at with this in this particular genre too. I'm just saying, in this genre. So, Sicky, that was very cool. Thank you so much, man. That was absolutely cool. Crescendo, how you doing? Good for you to drop by. Thank you for the for the drop by and the raid. I hope you're doing well. We got to catch up, man. All right. Next up is Black Death Doom. So Black Death Doom would like us to listen to Cult of Luna. Oh, I love Cult of Luna. Just the problem is, every time I listen to a Cult of Luna song, it always gets blocked for me. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter because we get to do this right now. That's all that counts. Cult of Luna put on a hell of a show, more of metal orchestra than a band. This song takes you through the ringer of waiting for someone, and finally, patient wears thin. So, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, wait a second. Chris, fire me another email, would you? And I'll reach out and tag back from you on that one. Sorry. All right, here we go. This is from Black Death Doom. This is Cult of Luna, Waiting for You. Let's go. Where does this end, Black Death Doom? Sounds like we're working a 5-string bass too. I love the tone of the bass. It's got a little bit of that twang, the metally. That's an odd note to be in there. That's the dissonance in there that makes you go, but it's part of it. They're definitely giving us some time to marinate in it, you know. Da, 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 da. That monophonic synthy kind of vibe. I really like that. Hear that little da 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 da. These guys are serving up a clinic in patience in their arrangements. Unintentional microtonal. It sounds, God, it's got a funeral march vibe to it, doesn't it? Come on, is it in the key of C? I'm getting older. I was off by half step, my bad. Oh, it's indeed. I'm off a whole step then. Watch what the bass does. Listen to what the bass does on this turn here. Loved it. He followed what the snare was doing. man. That drummer keeping that crash going while he's making this right here. Or is that two drummers? No, it's two drummers. That's insane. What an and I'm saying that in the true grit of the word insane in such an incredible way. I don't know why I realized just then, but there was two drummers. You know, this is just that thing where if I could sit down and pray to a God, whatever God could be out there that answers prayers, is that I had the patience and the power of writing something as powerful as this and being able to be okay to build on patterns. And these guys just did they schooled my shit on what it was like to take these patterns and slowly, I'm talking 32 bars in the turnarounds, and then another little something, just allowing the music to be fluid and just to kind of get it. And then on top of this, doing this, I don't know if this is I know this is a live version, but I don't know if it's this long on the album version. But when you're doing something like this in front of a band, in front of an audience, it's got to be so intensely mesmerizing, because also the light show and everything was magnified with each, turnaround in arrangements and stuff. And to build it up the way they built it up, and then just to come in only with about maybe it was 16 bars worth of vocals before they punt. This was. Like I said, I had said at some point during the song, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a funeral march. You know what I'm saying? And at the very beginning, the way it was just kind of slodging and grudging through the heaviness and the darkness with these changes and stuff. And then they just kept on getting more gnarly, a little heavier, aggressive. And I love, through this whole thing, we had some very unique synth lead work that was going on in there. So this was a pretty sick listen for me, and it was very extremely hypnotic. Like I was like kind of wishing it wasn't going to end. Like I just wanted just to keep going and just waylaying us. But Black Death Doom, thank you so much for bringing that in. How you been? I hope everything's going well. It's good to have you pop in here. Appreciate it, like usual. Okay, how about some more? Uh-oh, what just happened here? Something just happened here. Uh-oh. What is going on with my... Oh, that was close. I thought we were having a problem with the foam. Michael Zen, how are you, Michael Zen? Oh, even on the album, it's 10 minutes and change. Okay. So they kind of stuck to the grind, but it still was a phenomenal track. So, Michael Zen, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Geebz, the time has come for me to embrace my inner 1 a.m. You need to get your shrooms ready for a godly experience. I haven't seen 1 a.m. around either, by the way. I hope he's doing all right. Somebody send up a flare. I hope he's doing well. So this one is called Young Scrolls, Elder Scrolls, Young Scrolls Godspeak. Okay, let's do this from Michael Zen. All right. Making 1 a.m. proud. Wow, this is very creative, super clever. Is this like in the language of Gollum? The language of the gods. Oh, that's a trip. Hey, Iron 2, thank you so much. I wonder if there are real lyrics behind this. I like the trap hi-hat programming. Yeah, this was definitely an acid trip. Goblin rap. I love what they're doing here, not only with the voices. But with like a viola or a cello over here. I like the phrasing of the arpeggiation or the ostinato of the strings. Oops, restarted. What a trippy track. You know, so it definitely had a kind of a super, kind of more current, I don't know, hip hop is definitely not a very strong suit for me of knowledge on when things started, sounds and samples and stuff. But this had more of this had definitely a hip hop vibe to it in its composition and its trap programming, but using, you know, maybe a little more gleaned synthier sounds. It kind of sounded like they used some kind of a rave or house style kick on it, which isn't unheard of. I mean, there's many different kicks in hip hop and stuff. There's not just one that you use, obviously. The angle with the vocals, that Gollum kind of thing, guy kind of looks a little Gollum-ish over there. I'm just wondering if there just is some kind of lyrical base behind what we're listening to, but can't kind of make it out either by the fact that maybe how it was tricked out in sidechain. But one of the things I know about a lot of really good rap tracks that I've recognized is there's always some kind of a melodic, kind of reminds me a little bit of black metalcore, where, you know, or any kind of super metalcore where you've got just the chuggy and everything going and the guy's ripping vocals, but it's more the, you know, the shred voice, the screamo style. But another instrument is actually holding some kind of a melody. So that's what I really enjoyed, was there was that one repetitive melody that reminded you that you were, you know, had some sense of melodic guidance, if you would. I can't do it with my voice. It was too, you know, that synth sound. But I really dug it. It's a trip, though, using that kind of Gollum voice. But musically, it worked out pretty sick, is what I'm saying. Somebody hype train me? Hype train. Hype. Hi, hype train. All right, let's continue on. Next up is Incentia. Oh, what does that mean? Somebody went diggy 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 diggy. I got cheered. Yay. Brexter, how are you? Okay, so, and Michael's in cheered. Oh, yay. So now, Incentia wants us to, it's been a long year so far. This is my peak comfort melancholic music, if there's such a thing. Fun fact, this is the last song of the Ghost Mile album, and in true quirky prog fashion, the last line in the lyric also happens to be the opening lyrics on the first track of the album. Oh, nice. They decided to give it a nice little suture sew-up of the album. So, Incentia wants us to listen to Voyager, and the name of the track is As the City Takes the Night. Let's go. All right. What is that? Oh shit. Nice. Nice long tail on the background vocals, the reverbs on it, really ringing it out there. God, I love how they're changing up, going from cut time into switching the time up on the not the meter, but the arrangements on the drums. I'm gonna say something. I don't know why, but this kind of gives me a little bit of the production feel lightly of Take On Me. Remember that big hit in the 80s? I don't know why. Maybe it's a melody or something. More like a bridge section, but... Yeah, I can hear the Euro pop influence in this for sure. Bass player Halls. That was an aha moment. Great engineering here, man. I like that flip around there. You just have to stay with that. And no matter what they flip that drum arrangements to, you gotta just stick with that. It goes back to major third. That was nice. Da, da, da. Ooh, a little bit of a yes vocals here, yeah? This is a great track, man. All right, is the juice worth the squeeze? Slowing it down. This was a great track, full stop. So many wonderful things about this that I love. First of all, I can't help it. I go right back into the engineering on this before everything else. The way, I just wish, there's a part of me that wants to take a track like this and play it. But if I was the engineer, if I had control of all the groupings, the single mute button to shut off all the sends to effects. And you're hearing everything, and all of a sudden I just hit one button or a series of buttons, and the group sends or group returns from the effects shut off. So you're not hearing any of the reverbs or the delays or the additional stuff, and just how important engineering like this really plays into it, just to give us the kind of experience that we're having. Still a great song, great vocals, musicianship, everything, but that long, washy sound of really clean vocals, which is, once again, we've talked about this before, it's not easy to do without getting all muddied up. The kind of jerking around a little bit of the drum patterns, there wasn't any time signature change, but there was a lot of flipping around where they weren't sitting square for too long for us to kind of get into it. We just still had to kind of keep our head locked in through a couple of things and just get ourselves through it. And what I didn't know if that was actually the hook or if it was a pre-chorus that kind of drifted into another change. But that call to action to, what was the name of the, what was the name of the Yes singer? Squire? Chris Squire? Is that, God, I can't remember. Where he had some of those tones in there. And also, like I said, that aha, you know, the Take On Me sound as well. So I could feel that it was, yeah, John Anderson. Thank you so much, Lambert. The John Anderson tune, but then also had a little bit of the pop Euro vibe of aha or Take On Me in there. I thought it was a great blend. I love the track. I love the music. I love the melody on it. So this made my playlist as well. Yes, sir. All right, so next up, we have Negative Vibes in the house. How are you, Negative Vibes? This is a much-needed update from the classic Street Fighter theme that originates back in 1999 with Street Fighter III. Third Strike called Jazzy NYC 99. The character Alex was introduced as a part of the Season 3 batch of characters, and it came with a full live band version of the theme extended out past a couple of minutes of the original. How you doing, Negative Vibes? How you been? Where are you in the planet? Is it hot? Is it smoky weather-wise? Where are you at? What's going on? I think that's what I'll do is everybody I call from this point out, you guys give me a weather report. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm just saying. So, Negative Vibe wants us to check out Street Fighter 6. The name of the song is Jazzy New York City or NYC SF6 arrange Alex theme. Negative Vibe says it is sweltering in Indianapolis today. It's not even a dry heat, is it? It's got to be a humid, just like a All right, here we go. Negative Vibes, Street Fighter 6, Jazzy NYC SF6 arrange. Let's go. Violence, blood, suggestive. Shit. Oh, yeah. Feeling like I'm listening to some Snarky Puppy right now, no? I love the xylophone back there. Following the sax. This is great. God, for a video game, this is crazy, man. I love it. I love the little nuances of the ghost notes in the snare. Oh, the bass is cooking for sure, Cynthia. Happy, happy lift, happy joy, joy. Yeah. Go up a half step. Nothing like a little tromboner. Look at that bass. Having their own conversation there. I just can't believe this is music for a fighting scene. For, you know. I love what the bass player's moving around his patterns just from key to key. You know what I'm saying? This is why gamers have such a broader, I think gamers have a broader music playlist because of things like this. You know, these kinds of arrangements in video games. I mean, this is standalone music too. This is just great music to listen to. Don't need to be kicking anybody's ass up for it, you know? I love how once again, I'm going back to the bass phrasing and staying between the 1 and 3 and 1 and 5. Oh, it's over? Oh, that's bullshit. I was loving it. I was like, wait a second. I don't want it to be over. I was so into it. It's just phenomenal music. It was, like I said, it's standalone. I love trombone solos. You know, trombone solos just have such a soapiness to it and such kind of a drunken kind of, you know, and I've heard some ripping, smoking trombone solos that are, you know, trying to be expressively progressive, you know, and really ripping and stuff. But that's just the instrument for me is such a, how do I say this? It's like a Johnny Walker Blue, for those of you who may drink scotch. You know, it's just something that you just kind of, man, it's just smooth, but there's a little bite in it, but it's very kind of, you know, you kind of got to get a little sexy with it. You know, I don't know. There's just something about the trombone solos. The bass patterns were great. One of the things is I've been really leaning into a lot of bass playing lately for myself, just for my own fun. I forget how many times that it's really important to find a really great pattern in a track that you're playing. And all you do sometimes is you just kind of rubber stamp that into different keys, just so that even though there's a lot of motion going on in the bass work, there's still, you know, as you're moving around from one you know, key to another or something like that. Not a key, but a pattern that's within the key. But you keep the pattern, then, you know, it still, it stops a bass player from running away too far with getting overly creative. And for me, it stops me, not anybody else. It stops me from doing it. It's just having fun. You know, that kind of stuff. So this was just a fun track. I'm just going to lean on this again. I'm thinking I should do a video on the RP Geebz thing, saying something about just how amazeballs video games has been for the music industry and expanding so many different genres of music that otherwise maybe a lot of us wouldn't be listening to unless you were gamers, and then you're exposed to all this different music. I'm just saying. La la la. Thank you, Negative Vibes. I really appreciate that. Okay, who's up next? Is Lisanne's Muse. Hello, Lisanne's Muse. How are you? Well, happy weekend, all. My dear living sweet aunt passed away earlier this week. I am so sorry to hear that. I truly am. You know, so condolences to your family, but the legacy begins of your sweet, lovely aunt. This song resonates with me deeply, so I wanted to dedicate this to her. Wonderful. All right, so Lisanne's Muse, this is for your lovely aunt that passed away. And we all kind of huddle in for you here. I'll give you a big hug on this. This is Lady Midnight. The name of the song is Blood Song. All right, let's go. Yeah, this is giving me really old school synth. Oh, wow.
this one for you.
Great background there. Harmonies.
From the south and the further south and cool, I raise this one for medicine men and queens. I raise this one for Kakako, Palito, Nancy. I raise this one for remarkable recipe.
Oh, I love those background vocals, so rich. This is a very emotional pulling track.
From the quiet streams and average hearts, came from great eruptions from the start.
Ooh, I love her voice here.
We are all tradition-rooted parts. From divine direction, guiding star. I raise this one for you. The body. I raise this one for you. The soul. I raise this one for you. The body. I raise this one for you.
Wow.
The soul. I raise this one for you.
I'm just loving the. It's very just
I raise
deep breath pulling in, just with production.
I raise this one. Soy la hija de Pamelita, de abuelita, de María.
Mi abuelita, o Spanish or
De
there.
un negrito, de abuelito, soy la hija de Pamelita, de abuelita, de María. Soy la hija de un negrito, de abuelito,
Yeesh.
I raise this one for you.
There's a lot of laziness in the pull. Let's see if it does this right. That little pep, da, 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 da. And it also had a little glassy delay off of that. What a beautiful track. And I could feel like I was listening to some of the lyrics the best that I possibly could, dedicating this to your aunt and stuff. It seemed to have been a very kind of ode to kind of vibe, and with the tempo and the music and the heaviness, and kind of get you into it. The predictive nature of what they established after the first couple minutes, a couple bars of the pattern was just really easy to settle in. And then the tone of her voice was just like honey. You know, the way she was just singing and just casually bringing you into it and kind of bringing you to a peaceful space. You know what I mean? And, but once again, it looks like there's been quite a few tracks on this stream that have the magic of the repetitive nature. And that's really drilling down on melody. You know what I mean? And in this case, the melody here really didn't move in and out and about and stuff. But it was the melody was a very soothing kind of lead for me, if you will, with her vocals. Then, of course, we heard a little bit of background that was in Spanish. I heard something about abuelita. So, anyhow, Lasans, thank you so much for bringing this to us. And, my thoughts go out to you and your family for the passing of your auntie. And thank you for bringing her into us through the music, too. That's a humbling privilege, I believe, for me, I would say. when people do such as you do. So thank you so much. All right, let's continue on. Next up is Cycloid. Cycloid, how you doing? All right, so Cycloid, I don't know if Cycloid's here from the music company that makes a free game to promote its music. Kind of like that thinking of some marketing. Yes, sir. This track was revealed at TennoCon on 7-Eleven, basically a convention for the Warframe community. This will be an upcoming Warframe expression where the theme is neo-noir. The expansion's story follows a new Warframe, Briscoe, seen running his idle animation in the foreground as he infiltrates a mob running a gambling den. All right. So this is Cycloid's request here is from the video game Warframe, and the name of the song is View from the Top. Okay.
Keeping steady and pacing, just passing on by. Heavy-handed and playing up on a life wire. You could be anyone,
There's a little bit of a
another face in the
slide detective vibe in the arrangements.
So what would you do with my love?
And also with that kind of vibrato guitar in the back doing it. Her voice is beautiful.
In another dimension, I could be what you need. Before you go chase each other, view from the top with me.
This has kind of a Source Q James Bond kind of vibe to it for me.
We started from blue, and we stole away the afternoon, holding on to the thrill of it, frozen in time. You could be anyone, another face in the scene. So you might be the winning kind, but you're not winning with me.
I love that bass line.
Another dimension, I could be what you need. Before you go
Elegance, yeah, it's a really nice jazzy trip hop, and I love the string element behind it. Takes it a little bit more of a, especially this turn around, like a little more of that, what Cycloid said, like a detective film noir.
in another dimension, I could be what you need. Before you go chase each other, view from the top with me. In another dimension, I could be what you need.
I heard something.
Before you go and chase each other, view from the top with me.
I don't know if it's a piano that has a delay on it or something. That was a great track. That was such a great track. I'll tell you what I find wonderful about this, Cyclone, is when you brought it through, is it made me kind of go bing when you said that they used a gaming app or a gaming structure to promote the music, or type, or that was the forward thinking of getting the music out there, was to tie it into the game somehow. And that's really creative thinking. It would have never, ever, ever for a million years been thought of something that is accessible today's day and age. If I understood you right, building a game or participating in that process was a pipe dream. Gaming physics would have cost you $1 million, or, oh, it's just a joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't. Joke went right the frick over my head. Okay, I get it. All right, so I can stop saying what I'm saying. I thought for a second, I was going, well, that's pretty brilliant to them, to do that. Okay, I'm just saying. But the track was great. That kind of detective-y kind of vibe had value through and through. Well, that's what I'm totally on brand, right? I'm Bobo. Just like Messi always says, ¿Qué onda, Bobo? Hey, ¿qué onda, Bobo? Bobo, ¿qué onda? So, which is really funny, side note. Messi said that thing, I guess, during an interview. It's now becoming a huge meme, something about Bobo. And so I guess, I'm Argentine. I should know this, but I don't, because I'm not really marinated in my own culture, which is kind of a shame. But in Hawaii, the word Bobo means, like in its slang term, Bobo is kind of being kind of loopy, or kind of, fading out, or just not all there. So I felt very Bobo just then. So I am on brand. I am very Bobo. I got to find that. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's that meme with him. Lately on TikTok, there's been these cartoons that have been popping out with him saying Bobo or something, Bobo. Anyhow, I love the track. I love the detective vibe of it. And her voice was so beautiful. She had a couple of nice little runs that would pop through, or ending of phrases that I thought was so beautiful, without the over emphasizing on, I can't do it obviously, but what do that kind of stuff where they make those little runs in there. They were so subtle and beautiful. It was a great track, man. Thank you so much, and I make a fool of myself. Bobo. I'm just saying. The older I get, the better I was. I'm on brand, just like everybody knows. DJ Tambor, where are you? Oh my God. DJ Tambor, I hope you're doing well. Released in 1993, this track is composed by Naoki Kaneda and arranged by Ryo Yonimitsu, and is the main battle theme of the game. Do you guys know what game I could be talking about? I will read this again, and let's see if you guys know what game it is that we're pulling this from. Once again, released in 1993, this track was composed by Naoki Kaneda and arranged by Ryo Yonimitsu, and is the main battle theme of this game. Anybody? Anybody? Come on now. A lot of you gamers that listen to musicians. What could it be? No, not Final Fantasy. Okay, here we go. Yes, Crossface Buffalo gets it. It is YS4, the dawn of YS. The name of the song is In the Fires of Ignition. Let's go. God, I just feel like I just tripped over a Boston album. Oh, this is such classic composition. With the synth, they're kind of mimicking tap out. There's a layer to that lead that's like an octave higher. What's happening during the game here? So it's got to be very battle-oriented or something, or very challenge-oriented. It's a boss fight, or there's multiple bombs coming at you. You're just really flailing. Yeah, I'll take that, Lisa. But there's this really gnarly, growly organ there. Can you hear it, Lisa? That kind of distorted sound. A little more on this side. There's a little bit of deep purple in this as well. In the influence, at least in that section. This is a little more candy yammed. And the bass machine getting the eighths. A little bit of a check flub on that final tom fill. It just there's something about it that made me go, oh, what? You ever do that too, Lisa, or some of the seasoned listeners here, where you're listening to something, and then you hear something that I don't want to say is off, but something that just goes, wait, what was that? Wait, something just felt like it was behind or ahead, or there was a choke somewhere or something. Move the needle back. Listen to it again, move the needle back, listen to it, it's like, yeah, isn't that a trip? Because I just heard that at the end of this. I want you to listen to the end of this. Tell me if the ending tom, the ending fill sounded a little kind of... it was that, and then a little bit of a hi-hat kind of was like, maybe it was a... I don't know. I'm just saying. For me, it was just that kind of thing. I was like, wait, what? I kind of felt that. This had, for me, Full Metal Jacket a la late 70s style production before the synth stuff would come in. Good punchy sound with the guitars, but really leaned on a really growly organ, to support what was going on with the guitar arrangement. Bass player was just smoking eighths and not... Well, that's funny. I could play that phrase so many ways in my past. Smoking eighths. Yeah, that would be... Geebz, you just went through an eighth this week. How in the fuck are you getting this? My old dealer back in the 1900s when I used to smoke some buds and stuff. God dang, you just went through that eighth. How fast you got? I'm just saying, right? I don't smoke anymore. I do not do the drug anymore. Kind of miss it. But I don't. I survived it. Might be paying for it now because of my breathing in my lungs and everything for all the years of, I'm just saying. It's the truth. I've talked to you guys about this before. I had a great time when I was younger. From the era of the 70s all the way into the mid-90s when I would casually... partake in the smoking of the ganja. That's really dating me, isn't it? Ganja. But we talked about this, right? I played around with the tie stick and stuff in the 70s and stuff, but it got so freaking strong, it just took all the joy out of it. Now it was like no longer kind of what it was for me. It all of a sudden became like, bruh, I'm getting paranoid, or I'm tripping about a test I cheated on in 8th grade. You know, it's like it took a whole. I said, finally, I can't do it anymore. It was no longer fun anymore. But I got to tell you, when I was doing it and I was having fun, I had a machine in every corner of my house ready to go. And a machine is like a bong, and I'd pack a nugget on it so I wouldn't even have to like, it's a stupid story, but you know, during my highlight years of getting high when I used to back in the day, stupidest thing I'd ever do is I'd pack a little nugget in a machine by the bathroom. So if I ever had to get up and take a piss, I'd go, hey, I'll just go ahead and ram a nugget through and just, I don't know. I think because I'm getting older, I'm nostalgic. I feel like I've survived that era in my life. I can kind of go, wow, I was a mess, man. And I remember most of it. Shakadoobies is right, the Shakadoobie era. That's why my Shakadoobie Turtles has the sunglasses on it, the old reflective sunglasses on it. Anyhow, I stray because it's me, and I'm on brand, as you know. Oh, geez, the wind is howling. All right, next up is Bloodshot Eyes. No, you'd have to see the eyes first. Next up is, okay, this is Cypress Point. Cypress Point, are you here? Are you new to our journey here? If you aren't, and you've been here for a while, I'm Bobo, I'm old. But if you're new, welcome to the Kados. Thank you for contributing and coming and checking out what we do here and nerding out with us. Okay, so let's go. Let's see, the message is, hey Geebz, this is the viewer formerly known as Lateral Tap. Oh, hey, yeah, how have you been? Where have you been? Oh, with a new username. There you go. Well, it's good to see you again. Now I know, I'm putting it together. Ghost Cop is a New York City duo whose music blends elements of dark wave, post-punk, synth pop, and horror soundtracks with an influence from B-movies and genre cinema. Wow. That's a blender. That is a genre mix, but I'm sure it makes sense if you're bringing it to us. So let me see. Oh, work's been eating your time up. Huh? Everybody, as a matter of fact, I think a lot of people have disappeared for one of two reasons in the last 6 months. A couple things happened here. I may have said something that offended some people. And then the other thing is people shifting and pivoting in work. I notice has been a big thing lately. And of course, maybe the third thing is I'm just a repetitive old guy doing the same old shit. So people come, they drift and stuff. But it's good to have you back, Cypress. So Shakadoobies. So here we go. This is from Cypress Point. The name of the band is Ghost Cop. Songs is All Souls Day. Let's go. Loving the synthwave vibe right there. Just open us up with it. I don't know why, but boots go walking on me. I just thought about these. These boots are made for walking. I don't know if that's that melody. Ooh, I love that bass tone. I love the no hi-hat approach to the drums on this. Yes, Depeche Mode, that's a perfect one. The hi-hat-ish is very tight and way back in the mix. This is great. missing persons. I don't know why I'm catching some missing persons in there. The vocals? Maybe not in the tone, but maybe in the cadence or something. I don't know. Spring reverb on the bass. Sounds great. That's a great pattern. At that tone, whatever that pattern is, it's kind of flexing through the mix. The bass player doing the bass line, but there's that other more synthy bass there. It's really nice and punchy. Yeah, everybody in the chat made the good call of it being a pull of like Duran Duran or any number of some of the bands back in the day that was at the kind of Depeche Mode-ish, not quite Flock of Seagulls, but kind of in the same kind of backstroke of that. I think the synthwave actually element of your choice to bring in here, Lateral Tap or Cypress, I guess I'll call you Cypress now, really was the overtone of the track. It was, there was a blend of a lot of things in there, but the synthwave element was the one that kind of pulled me into, kind of bottling the genre into that 80s sound that, from what Lisa and Amon and some other people were saying were reminiscent of that era. But for me, her vocals a couple times did pull, what was the lead singer of Missing Persons' name? Fazio, I think, right? Fazio something? Or I think that was her last name. I also thought she was a phenomenal singer, not to get off on the Missing Persons things. But obviously, she would sing like an octave higher than this artist that just sang. But the performance element of it, maybe it was in the tone or something, that just kind of reminded me a little bit of it. But I love the track. These tracks just make me really nostalgic for the 80s. But it was released a year ago. It's done really good. It's like over, 800,000 views, which is wonderful for songs. And they seem to be on tour coming up in October. They're going to be in San Francisco and Seattle and Portland. So that was Ghost Cup. I say Cup because I'm thinking of World Cup. Ghost Cup All Souls Day. Okay. And thank you. It was good to have you back, man. Glad to hear that you're bebopping around and in between some work, coming in here and saying, how's it? Next up is Tonto Corazon. I know that Tonto Corazon is not here, but he's bringing it, right? He's bringing it. Tonto Corazon never brings us anything that's not live, so I just looked at the thumbnail and we're getting in for a performance here. He said, Che pibe, ¿qué te parece Malvinas? ¿Qué pasó con los Malvinas? I'm going over my 2-hour mark a little bit. I'm going to finish these 4 donos. After this, no more donos are on the list. No more donos will be accepted. I have 4 more left here. Then I'm going to take a short break, and then we're going to cheese wheel it out, if that works for you guys. It works for me. Hardcore, how are you? If you are in the house, you actually dropped this in last week, but we're doing it right now. Let me see here. Those are only 2 songs with vocals on the whole OST. I guess the OST he's talking about is Terraria. DM Duraku composed and played every instrument. He also sang for the 2 boss themes. What's really cool about both tracks are sung from the perspective of the boss, not the player. Only in the second track, clean words represent players' inner monologue briefly. Oh, that's a trip. So it's coming from the point of view of the boss. Usually, hey, that's kind of a heady thing. Usually when, you get into boss fighting stuff, it's like you and the music's propelling you to do things, but that's a very unique little trippy trip. So this is Terraria, Calamity mod, and the name of the track is Roar of the Jungle Dragon, Stained Brutal Calamity. Okay, let's go. Hey, Petra Choir, how are you, buddy? Already coming in large,
The enemy ascended beyond your control. Or was that all your intention? They have managed to demolish whatever we make, but you're failing to comprehend. If they can, they will easily butcher you whole while you're plundered by your
that was a trippy chord to go behind that melody right there.
I have gotten to the point where I'm just too afraid that you're going to meet your end. My sins echo out through the fire, and your rival didn't stand in my way. Yes, this is a hardship most dire, and one day you will heed what I say. This is my message to my master. This is a fight you
Pretty bold, full vocal track for a boss fight coming from the boss angle.
think that past your greatest ancestors. The victory stirs below your skin. If you could see, I will not blame you. I will move forth and win your
It's got kind of pin the style of the singing's got a not emo, I'm trying to think kind of that surf rock punk vocal approach. I don't know how to say it better. I love the boldness of arrangements. You know that they're really trying to push a point when you hear two bells in there. kind of music has end boss game kind of vibe to it. Like the biggest of the battles. That grindy synth he used for kind of like a horn arrangement style.
Enemy ascended beyond your control. Oh, was that all your intention?
Okay, so that's the first one he said. This is the second one. In that arrangement there of an odd synth module on this side. Nice voicings there in the background right there. So I guess he's saying that the composer's singing both of these tracks. Like, he's also playing all the instruments and singing the tracks. Sorry, I muted my mic by accident. Like that's any new news. Thank you for letting me know. This is great battle music. This, what I'm hearing, is such great boss battle music. For me, when I'm thinking this is a battle theme, though, and I'm hearing lyrics, I'm like, how does that work? You know, I don't know. I'd have to play it with lyrical music. I don't know. Trying to figure out what the characters lobbing are trying to stay away from. There's a lot of extra work with a choral module. It sounds like, no offense, but there's some attack things that are happening there. Like, I don't know if that's the language or what's going on there. He's pushing some of the chord envelope there. It's like using it's like a gamelan belt with a tube belt combo there. Well, I love this, what he's doing here for this ending. It's like we're only listening to the return of a reverb at 100% wet. I love this part. Okay, look. Both of these pieces of works were fantastic for the game and everything, but I got to tell you, my favorite part of the track was that ending. When I say that, it's not a ding on the emotional aspect. I mean, it's not a ding on the composition skill or anything. Emotionally, it pulled me into a place that was completely like, wow, that's heavy. I love that maneuver right there. There was a lot of really nice chords. You keep on moving around the chord structures and stuff and building and the harmonies and the chorus and the vocals and everything. Very banging for boss fight work, you know. Kind of wish there was a little bit more boost in the bottom, a little more, you know. I don't know, maybe because I've been playing a lot of bass lately, I want to hear a little bit more of it. You know, older people don't have tendency to lose their bass before their high end. But for some reason, at times I struggle to hear, you know, bass in certain tracks. I would have loved to have heard a little bit of the bottom bumping in there a little bit. But maybe I am becoming more of a bass, you know, head, if you would. I'm all about that bass. So, but there was a great track. The other thing is too is I just want to circle back to the very first track, which I think was Roar of the Jungle Dragon. Very well written, as it said in here. The composer did all the singing, did all the arrangements, and all this sort of stuff. But I just don't know how a boss battle goes with music that has lyrics on it. I've never played one. I've only played a couple dozen games. And so I don't recall ever playing a game where there's a boss battle where there's vocals behind it and stuff like that. Track was great, musician was great. The fact that it was an all one-in composer just, plays to the fact that there's incredible talent. We've said this a million times, how many great musicians that can play many instruments and handle many different arrangements and stuff. But there was something about that last 40 seconds. That was like, oh, this is badass. It just, I stepped out of listening as reacting, and I was just like going, ooh, I'm pulled. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was my thing. Great listen. Thank you so much. Next up is going to be Caving, by the way. It's your turn. Caving has no message except a nice little retro synthwave song for the lads. And I'm looking at the picture here, and I don't know if this is 16 Candles or Breakfast Club. I have no idea. But this is Robert Parker, 85 again. Let's go. Yes, sir. I don't know, what was that dance they would do? The safety dance.
Fighting a war.
Oh, God. Huge plate on the reverb. They nailed the vibe, for sure.
Still hanging on to moments lost. Try to carry on.
What was the movie that this picture is from?
But there's one thing that makes me come alive when you're by my side. Forget everything.
Pretty in Pink, okay.
Together with me.
God, I am really nostalgic for this for some reason. I don't know why.
It's 85 again. Play that tape. Make me feel like I'm home. Take me back again to see the look of that crow. The power of love is back on the screen, and we'll have 85 again.
See right there, that little pattern that they sneak in with engineering. That's obviously a much more modern touch. Even that pattern is so indicative of that 80s Euro synthy kind of vibe. Now that's a little Duran Durani Flock of Seagulls sound. I wouldn't mind seeing a resurgence of the core 80s, Euro synth sound. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
It's 85 again. Play the tape. Make me feel like I'm home. Take me back again to see the look of that crow. The power of love is back on the screen, and we'll have
Was that it? Oh, such a bummer. I really like that track. Anytime you guys keep bringing me these 80s vibing things, for some reason, it takes me to a part in my, early 20s, which would be the 80s, right? Yeah. Where, it wasn't like I ever bought the music or even put it on in my car because I was still kind of more, rocky metalish in my listenings and stuff. But because of MTV and places where I would go shopping or something like that, and then this one little moment where I was kind of dare I say, bouncer at a club in the 80s. That's all the music they programmed. So it reminds me of that vibe and stuff. And for being, an old, well, not old, but at 65, being my age, teleporting back 40 years, this is what music is for all of us. It reminds us of something or other. And I love listening to these tracks, especially when this was just really recently produced, only 10 years ago. They did a great job at capturing the vibe, is what I'm saying. Retro wave. You see, I'm learning about that, Caving, what the retro wave is in a genre. I'm going to kind of maybe do a little homework on it a little later on and just kind of look up a few retro wave bands or something. Or maybe in Discord, you can DM me some, things to listen to from that same genre. Okay, next up is Jake in Vienna. Jake in Vienna. Oh, it's Dalton from the Roadhouse. Okay. Gotcha. Let me see. Oh, this is him. Have a nice stream break. Thank you so much, my friend. How do you modernize the ancient Greek myth of sirens for a modern gamer audience? Why you turn them into a rock band, and of course, then make a boss fight. So, Jake in Vienna wants us to check out some music from Darren Korb, the composer from Hades 2. The song is I'm Gonna Claw Out Your Eyes and Drown You to Death. Sounds like my post-management meeting summary today. No, I'm sorry. Let's go. I love this. It's got that punky vibe, but once again, there's that missing persons vibe. The lead singer. Does it not? I mean... Nice production flip. No ballsy guitar, just letting the bass lean into it.
Just like that hair. Don't need to stare. Were you aware? Looks like something died there. That's why you're jealous of me. Not that I can blame you for it. I would be too if I were you. Too bad you must die now.
I like this cut time vibe here in their pre-chorus. Well, this isn't the pre-chorus, though. This is the actual hook, and they drop cut time in it. Oh, okay, they bring it back up. Stung by a jellyfish, eaten by an octopus. What a trip. That triplet in there in the fill. Yeah, that's a good call, Skeletank, about the Nightwish, Jason. That was a super badass track, and Amon had said apparently the composer played all the instruments there. Somebody had made a comment that a lot of the singers or that have this kind of tone quality, it kind of, like I said, I mean, when I opened this up saying it just once again reminds me of the Missing Person singer of the 80s, it's the style, not the exact tone or anything, but that glassy, you know, Ginsu knife sharp kind of approach with the tone of the vocals in there. Great background vocals. I felt like there's another heavy metal vocalist, and I was thinking and they have an evanescence maybe a little bit to it. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. Love the production switching around. I like the second verse, how everything dropped out except for her and the bass. Debbie Harry, that's what I was I'm thinking, short blonde hair. Who else? Short blonde, and I couldn't get it. I was thinking of I don't know why Michelle Pfeiffer was coming into the picture, but I think that's when they must have shot Scarface in the same time as maybe music was released. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I cannot connect my neurons. I'm just saying. Anyhow, it was a great track. Another great exposition of a composer that has multiple instrument skill set underneath, and it was a very punchy track, very punchy. But they're beginning to sound a little like I'm listening to a lot of these tracks. I think having these long sessions sometimes, I try to find very unique genre tie-ins for myself, for my own connectivity to it. And there's a lot of music that seems to be really kind of locking into that, or maybe it's what I've been listening to, that synthwave 80s, rock 80s kind of punchiness to it, and which yields itself to really great music for video games, like this one. I'm just saying. All right, I have one more track from the Donos, then I'm taking a break, then I'm coming back for Wheel of Cheese. This last track is going for, I want to say, Half Free. That's the name of the person, our friend here at the Kados wants us, our final dono for this session the band is Miso. The song is Dreams. Hey, Half Free, how are you? Thank you for hanging out this long. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what you bring us here to the Kados. Let's go. Nice ghost notes, drummer, I'm just saying. Great production. I like the pseudo mono mix. Nice bass.
I'll find you when I'm lost and scared of who I'm supposed to be. When I dream about you, I am living a fantasy. I savor these
Lisa, you're hearing that, right? That it's got a really compressed, closed-in mix. Dark synthwave. I mean, this is a great genre. Using a lot of bite on the bass, so definitely the way he's playing the bass in the guitar pattern as far as holding double stops, almost like bar chording. I like that melody, man. Very hooky. Bipedal giraffes, my thoughts. The second I saw the thumbnail, I'm going, I know exactly what they're going to be. And I was like, oh, that's not it. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to roll on that as far as what was said in the comment when I just responded to that, is that when I first saw the thumbnail and they started, and you know, you just can't just sometimes how world is, you look and stereotype and think, okay, this is gonna be some kind of metal, or this is gonna be some kind of a, you know, and it was actually a little more heavier, but in its genre with the deeper synths and stuff, it really gave us into that darkness and that grind. I think another thing in that Deception Gaze, that was good. I like that. Oh shit! But it had that really grindy synthy sound, and then once they started lifting, the beginning was kind of the trip hop. Somebody had mentioned, I think Izano had mentioned that it had kind of a trip hop vibe at the beginning. I was into that one. I got into that. It's kind of when I made that comment of the ghost notes on the snares. But as the arrangements started to pop off, they were definitely leaving in on the darker, synthy, wavy, or I don't know how to call it, dark wave synth sounds, more of an analog. Sine, S-I-N-E kind of vibe to it. And then the bass players, as I brought up, it looked like he was playing power chords just to add that more of a human element to it. I'm sure the drummer's playing the drums on this, but on the recording it sounded trap oriented. But I gotta say, just wiping all that out, that melody is stuck in my head, so that means the track worked. And it did definitely work.